there is a documentary out about the Red Sox, and in episode 4, which is now available for viewing, Duran, who is a top of the lineup professional baseball player for the Boston Red Sox, talked about the mental difficulties that he had and the mental illness that he had that almost led to him losing his life. We're going to put a phone number up here if you're watching Nothing Personal with David Samson on YouTube. And if you are having, it's the suicide prevention line, because we're going to talk about this. Just call or text 988, and someone is there 24 hours a day. I can only promise you that you're not alone. I can promise you that whatever thoughts you're having, however bad things are going, however you feel there is no light at the end of the tunnel, and if there is a light, it's an oncoming train. Whatever ideations you may have of the pain that can disappear, not recognizing or realizing the pain that it can cause, there are people who can professionally talk to you. One of the things that I take incredibly seriously is the ability to talk to as many listeners as possible. And Coca, it's happened several times where we've had people contact me, our show, who have had these thoughts, suicide thoughts. And I always say the same thing. Please call the hotline. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's actually the opposite. It's actually showing power. It's showing strength. It's showing resilience. It's showing the very resolve that you think you don't have. All you have to do is dial 988. That's it. You can even text it. It's a serious topic, and I have a mea culpa on the topic that I never thought about it much when I was leading a baseball team. I never thought about players slumping. I never thought about players not performing. I never thought about sending players to the minor leagues. All things that caused Duran to spiral to the point where he pulled the trigger on a gun that didn't go off, even though it was loaded. Otherwise, he would have been dead. There was some force of God, some force of luck that saved his life. This isn't about me. It's about him. It's about you. It's about us. It's about a world where we're meant to be something that we're not. It's where we dream of being something that we can't be because we're told it's possible. It's where we are, all of us, with a platform in public in some way or another, who aren't wired or meant to have that sort of pressure. It's about kids and teens and adults and older people who realize they'll never be what they thought they were supposed to be, and that their life can't be what they expected, and therefore they're a disappointment to themselves or their family. It's about people trying to make a baseball team to make a living, who realize they're in a slump and they may get taken off a roster. And what does that mean? I've never thought about it. I've never thought about the impact that it has if a player's wife is pregnant, or a player is having issues at home or with money. And for me, you don't perform, you're off the roster. It's just sort of a emotionless, robotic result. It's a results world. I'm not saying that I would have changed any decisions that were made regarding putting the best team on the field that you can. What I am saying is that if I had to be a president again, which I don't want to be, because I want to do this with you every single day, but if I had to do it again, I would have been more caring when crushing the dreams of players, when ending the dreams of players. I would have found a way to let the player know that it's not the end of his career. And if it is, that's not the end of the world, that we're actually sending you out. We are making you better. We're trying to make you better. Duran was very honest that his on-field woes in 21 and 22 fueled the mental health struggles that he had. And wouldn't you know it, that just 2 years later, he was an all-star? 2 years later, he finished in the top 10 in the MVP race. Just when you thought that you were out of exit ramps, just when you thought that there was no chance that something can get better, it's your brain tricking you. It's a defense mechanism meant to stop you from taking the chance, from seeing what the tide will bring once the sun comes up tomorrow, which it always will. No matter what the tariffs are, no matter what the political agenda is, no matter what the hate is, the racism, no matter what you want to change, no matter of the elimination of the ozone layer, no matter, the sun's going to come up. And just think about looking back, and Duran was pretty amazing about what he said. He said, I would think every day that I can't effing do this. I couldn't deal with telling myself how much I sucked every effing day. Like I was already hearing it from fans. And when they said to me, it was like I've told myself 10 times worse in the mirror. That was a really tough time for me. I didn't even want to be here anymore. I got to a point where I was sitting in my room. I had my rifle and I had a bullet and I pulled the trigger and the gun clicked. This is on the show, ladies and gentlemen. But nothing happened. So to this day, I thank God just didn't let me take my own life, because I seriously don't know why it didn't go off. I took it as a sign of I might have to be here for a reason. So that's when I started to look myself in the mirror after the gun didn't go off. I was like, do I want to be here or do I not want to be here? That happened for a reason. And obviously you're here for a reason. So let's be the way you want to be and play the way you want to play and live the way you want to live. Not sure I've seen a more powerful quote from a player. I would encourage you, the series which is released on Netflix, to watch it. But I would encourage you actually to think about your own life, your own struggles, because we all have it. Just because you see someone who looks good in makeup and happens to be pretty and dating the best looking guy or the best looking woman or the prom queen or the prom king, you don't really know what's going on in their life. I'm not asking you to feel sorry for anybody. I'm not asking you to play a violin for anybody. I'm not asking you to change your perception of anybody, whether it's warranted or not. I'm asking you to change your perception of you. I'm asking you to think about your own situation, what you can do for your own life, because if you're waiting for the loaded rifle to not go off, then you're playing a game and taking a chance that the odds are you're going to lose. So not only do I encourage you to call, please, or text 988, more importantly, I encourage all of us who aren't calling or texting that number to have the empathy, to have the forethought, the foresight, to actually understand and appreciate a sickness that we can't understand or appreciate. How do you do it? You do it with a level of empathy that I never used to have, a level of empathy that I'm seeking to have in order to try to be better, in an effort, in the never-ending effort to consider a way to simply be different and better and achieve. I couldn't be more excited for Duran's career. But what I mean by that is his life.